And Bendigo is involved in the sustainability group. I'm an engineer, so I do like technical things, and as a multi-generational opportunity where communities and people and individuals and groups can have a far bigger ownership role and understanding in the energy sector. I managed the first community power hub project for the BSG. We investigated countless projects, developed relationships and trust with people and groups and similar communities and groups across Victoria. We delivered many big and important projects too. We put solar in the library, the Regional Archives Centre, the tramways, the Science and Discovery Centre twice, multiple chicken farms, sheds, woolen mills, social housing, low-income housing and many more. We wrote countless grant applications, delivered quite a few funded projects. More recently, I've been working and volunteering with various community energy groups across Victoria, and also working up genuine, true community battery projects, of which there haven't really been that many. The ones led by state and federal government, there's not actually a lot of community in those yet, but it's coming, including proposing some large distributed community energy battery projects to the Commonwealth Government and arena. Myself and volunteer colleagues rapidly worked out that government, council and bureaucracy would be substantial barriers to rapid and or at times any progress, but a lot of community buildings, which is where you want to focus savings and benefit, usually are owned by government or by council or managed by. So they're both a barrier and a challenge, but also an opportunity. We did a lot of work with those groups trying to break down some of those barriers and make progress, and we did make some great progress and implement some great projects, but in reality it was still hard all the way. And I don't think it's actually got any easier in many ways, which is challenging. Our first project on the Bendigo Library did need 2 ministerial exemptions back in the day. The actions that were taken and needed for that was a lot of persistence, insistence, polite badgering, working very hard to share and explain the vision to the people that we need on board. We would find and work with allies from the community and within organisations. Lots and lots of talking, meeting people, conferences, thousands of hours of volunteering and toiling away. I think the community and the partners are fairly easily inspired by the opportunities that it presents to have greater control of their energy costs, to learn about their energy usage and thus be able to reduce it. They have a potential to have ownership to generate power on their own roof or on their own community roofs. But it takes time to build relationships, community groups. They have their processes to go through. There are committees. It's not just one person, and you want to take that community with you, and you need to. There are quite a few steps. Some are easy and some are a bit longer. Talk to lots of people. Initial opportunities for projects can just come by chance. You bump into someone who's the president of that such and such group. Just ask for a recent electricity bill if they sound interested, and then the ball's already rolling. Investigate and find good projects and sites, almost always behind the meter, rooftop solar projects. Batteries will come, and you want ones that have good financial business cases, which needs to be checked and developed, but you need to find out who pays for the power bill, who would receive the savings from solar. Sometimes it's not clear who rents, leases the space, and importantly, who owns the building, and you need to make contact with all of those people. So technical analysis and financial benefits and grid energy savings follow. It's pretty easy to export the smart meter data these days, so you can then do the analysis. You can check how much solar will fit on a roof and the orientation and directions that feed into that. And it's also very easy online to do a pre-approval for export, which can be done in a matter of minutes for up to 30 kilowatts. But once we've done the technical and financial analysis, the hard work then begins, which is getting the building owner on board and getting their approval, which is key. That's the point where countless projects have hit hurdles, and many have just not proceeded despite being wonderful projects that have wonderful community benefits. With some advice, it's much easier and faster to deal with a single private owner of a building than to deal with local or state government entity. The latter just takes time, possibly years. The next step, funding a renewable energy infrastructure. Whilst this does take a lot of time and work, it's never been a barrier to our projects. I've been involved with community energy projects where the communities, individuals, business and organisations have donated the money or invested the money to themselves. The entity has funded it, or groups such as the Bendigo Sustainability Group and the Revolving Energy Fund that was set up has lent the money at zero interest. Bank lending has also been used as a possibility. To have the solar installed, we've traditionally run a form of tender or quotation process from local companies who employ local workers who use local suppliers, and where as much of the possible of the money will stay local in the community for us going around in circles again. Equipment that's of high quality, long warranties, well supported by the manufacturer and suppliers. The actual contract is usually between the solar installer and the customer, so the owner of the site, or possibly the tenant, and we act as intermediaries and do a lot of the running around for them. Often we keep an eye on the installation, assist with the paperwork and the retailer sign-up processes, and also take out insurance for the system is also a good idea. After the solar is installed and working, monitoring is required to ensure that it's operating effectively and continues to do so.